Yes, everyday pro wrestling, they can never be you.
Folks, welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I'm your host, Conrad Cushman, being joined tonight by the man in black. He is the one, the only, the man they call Derek.
Yo, yo, yo.
We are here to review AEW Dynamite, happening in Cali. It is March 12th, 2025. It is 10:15. We are precise. We are on the dot tonight. We are on the money. What do you call that in baseball, Derek? What's a good on the money phrase for us?
What's a good money phrase? Give me a second.
All right. Give me the most money thing you could do in baseball. Welcome everybody in here. If you guys are in here, do me a favor. Number one, hit the like button. Number two, share the stream if you could, whether you're on X, Blue Sky, anywhere. It doesn't matter. Give us a follow at EPW Show and show us some love, man. We would greatly, greatly appreciate it. All love over here. And yeah, this is basically the fallout from AEW Revolution. If you wanted to hear our thoughts and reviews on that, make sure you head on over to Clash of the Podcast, which is live every Monday at 6:05 Eastern Standard Time with me and co-founder Sean Hubbard of Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. We go in and we dissect pro wrestling for the week, but we did a Revolution review for you guys. I thought it was a fun show. We went off on some tangents in it, but I still think that overall it was a great pay-per-view show.
It was.
I can't really be too upset with it. Yeah, welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. I see people coming in. We're going to give some shout-outs, and we're going to keep it moving here tonight, man. Terrell is in the house. He said he attended his first NXT last night. Mm-hmm. I was in front of the camera. I was the one in the white shirt. Yeah, give me more than that now, brother. You can see me during Steph's victory with my camera light on. Okay. All right. Well, I hope you had fun at the show. That NXT Roadblock show did look like a lot of fun. And I love the venue it was in. It was really cool. It was next to Madison Square Garden. It was the, I think it's called like the theater or something right there.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah. Real small, but love it. Yo, my man E, what's good, E? Yo, make sure you guys check out E as well. He's on Twitch. He streams a lot, man. He's been playing a lot of Batman and, the superhero games lately. So make sure you go over there and check him out. He's more than just a wrestling fan. I think most of us are. I like sports. I love superhero movies. I watch a lot of like SV. I watch everything, man. So how do I have time for it? I don't know. I just try to make as much time as I can.
He figures it out.
E said he liked the thumbnail. I appreciate it, brother. I was looking at it, and then I figured out how to like put the filter on it, and I was like, Rob, this is perfect. And then if you go to my Instagram stories on IG, I don't promote this enough either, at EPW Show. We put a really cool song with it, which I thought was like a Hollywood type, like it sounded like it was peaceful, but then you're looking at like, the action from the Hollywood ending match.
Right.
B-Boy, what's good, Jay? He says, sometimes I question Bully Ray.
Only sometimes.
I was questioning Tommy Dreamer today as well, my good sir. I got to keep it a buck with you.
Yes.
I was like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? XG Dub was good, fam. Appreciate you. Make sure you guys go out there and give a retweet or a shout to them on Twitter at XGDubFed. Matt Lopez says, hello. Good evening, everyone. Hope you had a good Wednesday. I also question Bully Ray too, B-Boy. Yo, my guy John L's in the building. What's good, John L? Appreciate you. Everybody gunning for the AEW World title. I love it, though. I think that's a really good part. Yeet, are you doing? Everything Pro Wrestling is the place to be. Yo, my guy Jassim, man, I appreciate him showing up, man. All love, man. I hope you're having fun with WWE 2K25. I know you're a video game fan, so I appreciate you. Eric Douglas, if Nick gets kicked out, who replaces him, or does Christian go solo? More on that when we get to it. I can't wait for SmackDown. I believe it's on Netflix tomorrow. I think so. I'm not 100% sure. I think it's going to be on your regular channels, but if you're across the pond, yes, you'll be able to watch it over there. Are you going to see the female John Wick movie? What is that called there?
Ballerina.
Oh, okay. So that's what that is?
Yeah.
Okay. I have not really paid too much attention to it. What do you think? Worth seeing?
I think it's worth seeing. I definitely think it's worth seeing.
Do you really believe that, though?
Yes.
Okay. Derek's a big movie connoisseur. I was just showing him funny scenes from different movies. I shouldn't say funny because some of them weren't funny, but
but funny to us when we were kids.
Yeah.
We understand the the magnification of what has happened in those scenes, but yeah, they were funny back then.
Yo, shout out to my guy Doug. Another Wednesday, another Dynamite review. Dynamite recruit Conrad, Derek, and Chat. Teach him how to Dougie. We don't dance. We just pull up our pants and do the rock away. Lean back, lean back, lean back. Yeah, that's what we were on in 04. Body hurts. Yo, by the way, I saw someone posted our like senior pictures.
Huh?
Yo, don't even ask, bro.
Wait, when?
It was in like some, I don't know. You know how when people are looking for like class reunions?
Yeah.
It was one of those dealies. But
I
ain't mad at
one
it.
coming up.
I think they're trying to get one together.
Let's not say we did.
You're lying. You'll be there.
Probably.
Yeah, $700 for Hall of Fame tickets is crazy. We'll get to Mariah May. I don't know, Eric. I don't know what would be the next move for Mariah May. She's gonna have to put that together. We're still kind of in the loop on some of these things, wondering. But Revolution review, like I said, it just happened. Make sure that you guys are out there and you're checking things out and you're showing love, man. It was really a good show. I enjoyed it. I think I said an A overall for the show. Yeah. Could have been an A+ if we would have just had a few more things together, but I'm not mad at it.
No,
not mad at it at all. We had some really good matches. I know people loved the steel cage match. The building was full. You had over 10K people there. Like I said, we had the Hollywood ending match. This is what I use for the thumbnail. This is the clean version of it, where you can see everything. We also have the Kenny Omega winning the international championship. Kenny's getting fireworks. He didn't look like no winner after that. And yeah, then we got our Dynamite lineup for tonight. This was the card that they gave us. And we got a few little extra surprises in here. Tonight's show, Derek, I felt was very promo heavy.
Yes, I agree with that.
But that doesn't mean bad, in my opinion.
No.
Let's jump right in. I'm gonna dive in. All right, so we kick off things with the international champion Kenneth Omega. He came out, Derek, and he basically said that he wants to face the best in AEW. He did the slapping everybody. He was kissing babies. He was out there being Kenny, and I felt like that's really who Kenny is.
Yeah.
I love Kenny.
And fan gave him some roses.
Okay.
Oh, I wonder if he actually did he take those back? Or did he tell him like
I think he said hold on to him. And I'm sure he went over and grabbed him after, or he said, you keep these. I can't take this from you. Maybe. I don't know what was exchanged, but cool moment for that fan. Shout out to her in the front row who was just giving Kenny gifts. Kenny puts over Konosuke Takeshita with everything that was going on in their match and said he was a very tough opponent. That was the story of that match. I saw some great debates on like how good was this and everything else. And it was people debating that it was a good match, but what level of good? And
but is that a match that we really get to sit there and say, all right, we got to debate if this is a good match?
Time out. This was wrestling nerds like me. Like this was like huge wrestling fans are like, let's they were like nitpicking, and they admitted it. They were like, oh, we're picking at straws here a little. But they were like, it was a good match, but was it a 8.9 on Cage match? They were going super deep into it, and they were like, and then they were like, I like this because basically one side was I really, really like how they came off and did this. By the way, it's Truth Slayer's crew. They did a little podcast. Truth Slayer's like a YouTube OG to me, so respect to them. And I think it was him and Big Rat 310. That was his old YouTube name, and they were just going back and forth about it. I thought they both had very interesting perspectives on it, and there was a guy like in the middle too, like a friend of theirs was in the middle. Like, I see both your points. And I love the ending. Kenny was basically the guy who didn't walk out the winner. Like Konosuke Takeshita looked strong, even though Kenny Omega lost. And I thought that was very well done in that match. Right. I want to go back and watch that. So if you told me like what's one match you can want to go back and like watch for better understanding, that would be the match. But like I said, that card's full of bangers throughout. So really, really good. Yo, Doug says y'all claim you're not going to dance, but isn't lean back a dance move? That's up to you, sir.
Actually, that's a two-step.
But we're not moving our feet.
Yeah, moving shoulders, though.
Yeah. You and Doug, man. I'm gonna need y'all to come out the learning tree. I don't know what y'all doing up there, but come down, son. Delayed Gratz in the house was good, man. He said there were over 11,400K in the building at Revolution. Thank you, good sir.
Yes.
I was trying to be respectful when I don't know my numbers. Matt says it was a damn great pay-per-view. Look at Jasim dropping some WWE love in there for the interview lovers. I'm a fan of Kenny. Glad he's back in the singles role holding gold. I hear you, Matt. I like how AEW is maxed out the next 4 months. Cope and Mox next week. Swerve and Mox at Dynasty. Swerve and Jay White. Then Ospreay versus The Field. And then Ospreay versus Swerve at Dynasty. It could end up that way. You could also make a quick, swift move in the story. But I like it. Yo, Doug. Hi, guys. After that, man, so we got Samoa Joe, Katsuyori Shibata, and Hook, the Ops versus some local talent. This was a massacre.
Yeah.
It was Shibata's way of saying, yeah, I'm in a match on Collision. Pay attention to me.
Right.
And we'll talk about that towards the end of the show, but we'll run down everything Collision has up. Afterwards, Derek, we got into a Ricochet promo. Ricochet. So I think Ricochet is a good heel, and I think he's finding his footing with this character. Can I just say something, though? Ricochet, are we over 10 minutes? Ricochet is a punk ass, bro. Let me tell you why. Why did this man as his character say, oh, that rope wasn't a big deal anyway? And I was just like, what a heel, bro. I hate when people do that. When you're playing them in the game, you get serious, and then you finally, when they're like, nah, I wasn't really trying too hard anyway. I was just like, oh, what a heel, bro. And he's still wearing the backwards Eagles hat. Yeah. Like, oh, he's going to bandwagon the champion teams. Can't stand a guy like that, right? Like, come on.
It works. It works.
Yeah, and he says that he's going to win also, man. Could be Delayed Grass. I'm kind of leaning that way, too, with the matchup that you had just said. I think that could be the matchup for the pay-per-view.
Ooh.
But we got to get – that would be fire on the real. That would be really good. Man, the heat right there. We find out next week it's going to be Cope and Mox. I didn't want to get a graphic that was going to look doo-doo. So, but there's one out there floating. Cope and Mox in a street fight next week. You're the Cope guy, Derek. So I'm coming to you. Let me say this. I think that the main event complaining is overblown.
It is.
It's very overblown by a lot of people. You know why? I told everybody, when you go in, what was the most disappointing match? It was going to be that match. What was going to happen in that match? We don't know. Right now, I'm covering for Derek, and he doesn't know, so he can get that water. I think he's ready now.
Yes. We all know that Cope and Mox was definitely not the main event that we wanted. We had two matches that could have passed for the main event. One match I feel, in my opinion, should have been the main event, and that was the women's match. But
that's a hindsight, though.
Yeah, but dude, let's just face it.
Are you excited for next week's match? Let's focus on next.
Next week's match, I think will be better. Because I think it's past the time now where everybody's like, okay, this match isn't going to be what it's going to be. Okay, well, I think it's going to be what it's going to be this time.
I think that this is going to be a storytelling match. If you want my prediction, I think Moxley's winning next week.
Yeah, he has to.
How does he do it? Like I said, that could be where we get introduced to a new member of his group, or I could see Christian even getting involved again, or Jay White.
Honestly, I would say if anybody interferes, it would be somebody new for the group.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be in Omaha.
Yeah.
Omaha set. Cope versus Mox in a street fight. I believe they'll be better under these rules. The main event was okay. It just followed AEW balls to the walls matches, and then we saw he said Edge and Ambrose wrestle a slower WWE style. That would be a banger at Elimination Chamber. Yeah,
it would be. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Yeah, versus where we just saw like the craziest of things that could have ever happened.
Right.
For sure.
Because honestly, if you look at if you look at the caliber of AEW's matches, that It's this.
If you can't hang, you're gonna fall behind.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what usually ends up happening. But I still think there's room for those types of matches. We just have to make room for it. And I think with Moxley, I think we may have to figure out so Moxley loses the belt. And this might be my question for people in the comment section. Think about this and come back to this video. What do you want Moxley to do after he loses the championship? I know it's going to be face Darby and stuff like that, but what do you want his group to be? Like, does everyone still stay with him? Because I think Shafir has went up, but I feel Claudio and Yuta have kind of leveled out and they're the same.
Yeah, so they kind of like plateaued a little bit in this group. That's it. Wouldn't you say the same thing for Pac?
I think you could.
Because I feel like Pac is like hit or miss in the group. Like, I feel like the group worked. Or works, but they're not doing enough with them, right? In order for it to be better than what it is.
Yeah, Matt says if you would have reversed Mox and Cope and put them in the Hollywood ending spot and then put the Hollywood ending in that spot, would have been good. Yeah, 100%, sir. We get Swerve and Cope who cut a promo on each other. Basically, Cope let Swerve know, I know you're number one contender now, but I plan on getting another rematch for that title, and I plan on seeing you in the future for it. Yes. They didn't know the dates. This was after Revolution, some of the promos tonight. Mox cuts a promo on Cope, and he says he's going to end him this time. He underestimated him, blah, 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 blah. Right. Yeah, we'll see what happens in the match next week, but I'm paying attention. Bated breath. I think that they'll have their moment to shine next week more so.
Yeah, they will.
We get another match, tag match, Derek, Hologram and Powerhouse versus Brian Cage and Drag Listico. A little mixed match of tag teams here. Hologram came out with I said hologram. Hologram came out with oh my goodness. What's your girl's name now from Harley Graham? I'm trying to say it and I'm messing up. Harley Cameron.
Yes.
Harley Graham, she calls herself. She came out there managing. I don't know if I would keep doing this, but it's funny, but be careful. Yeah. Powerhouse Hobbs is out there. Cage did a great job in this. I had fun with this match. Drag Listico is better than people give him credit for, I think, too. Yes. He's very underrated. Harley Graham. Thank you, sir. Harley Graham is funny. Very true. Touche. But I had fun with this match. I don't know if you had any other additional thoughts.
No, I definitely think this was a better match than what people would think was given to us.
To me, the moves right now for each of these folks are probably going to be Hologram needs to team with Commander.
Yeah.
Powerhouse Hobbs, who got the win for his team, pinning Drag Listico. Powerhouse Hobbs needs to get a little singles push here. Yes. Slowly but surely. Maybe TNT title picture, something like that. But I get it. You don't really have a belt for him to win, and you don't have a lot for him to do. So he's kind of on the, let's bring him up. We'll knock him down, see if people get behind him. Right. They're going slow, but they're constantly putting him on TV.
Yes.
Harley Graham versus Megan Bayne at Dynasty. Don't play delayed creds. Don't play. Fun tag, and Harley Graham's a pure joy. Brian Cage, I think he should continue teaming with Lance Archer, and Drag Listico, I think he's doing just fine as the guy who is taking pens in Rush's group. So
yes, yeah, I agree with all of that. I think it should just be what it is and how it's presented to us.
Yeah. But that was it. After Lance Archer kind of like looked up and down at Drag Listico, maybe they'll have beef with the Callis family for a little here. I don't know what's going to happen with that, but he stared him up and down like, what are you doing? Mark Davis was with them, and they calm everything down and they keep it moving.
Right.
Not mad at it.
No.
We cut backstage then to the Hurt Syndicate as they are being interviewed with Alicia Atout, former wrestling friend over here, podcast friend, acquaintance, I should say, Alicia Atout, man. So shout out to her. Good to see her on TV getting some screen time. The Hurt Syndicate. What do you know, man? They're out here. MVP says, you guys got next week off. Don't worry about it. And he says, I'm going to handle some business. You guys take off. And he was like, no, Jim, none of this. And I can't promise you no, Jim. So
right.
Shelton and them look like they're still ready to hurt people. I love them as the tag champs. I love the Outrunners too, but you got to get people back behind the Outrunners. So take your time with that. And they got a title shot. Now they can wait. I keep these belts on Lashley and Shelton until you are ready to make some moves in this tag division and make a splash.
Yeah, I think they hold on to them for a good amount of time, like you said, until they figure out what they're going to do with the division.
100%. Now we get into a Timeless Tony Storm Mariah May video package. Like I said, with that match, bro, fantastic. The Hollywood ending match at the show. I was so into it, man. So into it.
Yeah, no, like I said before, this was my match of the night. No disrespect to the cage match, but this had me invested 100%.
This is the first time where I would give like match of the night to both of those matches. And just because everything went so flawlessly in that, dude, we were saying like Tony Khan and who was it? RJ City deserve an award with them if they get anything for this. Like that was so well put together. That's one of AEW's best feuds of all time.
Yes.
It's up there. Like when you talk about best AEW feuds, I don't even know what comes to your mind. MJF and Punk for me instantly is one. You could probably put Elite and Death Triangle in there.
Yeah,
as a great feud.
Honestly, I don't know what else.
Hangman and versus the Elite was really good.
Yeah. You could do the best of 7 or best of.
Yeah, you got the Bucks versus FTR.
Yeah.
They got a lot of good feuds, man. And I'm not saying all of those are like top 10, but dude, lots of good feuds, man. I even love Willow and Chris Statlander. I thought that was another really good one. Like you have these memorable moments, but this one I think is going to stand out and stand the test of time.
Right.
And Tony delivers a fantastic promo here. She gets a little, what's the word I'm looking for here? A little nasty in this, talking about orgies and all types of stuff. Okay, cool. And she's in there. Leave your keys in the bathtub, darling. And she's just spouting off about all this stuff. And she does a really good job. She even teased like maybe she'll go up and face a belt collector, or maybe she'll face a longtime champion, which I thought was about Athena. Like she went through everybody and ran up and down the division. But she said one thing that it will always be is timeless. She poses with the belt. We got to have someone throw roses when she's in that with the lights off. Throw roses at her every time she cuts the promo.
Yes.
Tony, feel free to take that idea. I don't even remember who I heard say that. I've heard other people say it too, though, but take that idea 100%. And she says it's timeless. But then Megan Bain. Bane time. She put a beat down on Timeless Tony Storm after, and I was like, okay.
Yeah. The fact that Timeless Tony Storm put out, we'll say the gauntlet, and then Megan Bain answers it. I think that's a huge step for her. She is good. She is definitely good. And this would definitely, I don't, in my opinion, I don't think she would have to win the match. I think she would just have to show and prove that she can hang. If she could do that, that may boost her stock.
Right. E says Tony Storm for Wrestler of the Year 3 years straight. I agree. Timeless Tony Storm is incredible. For sure. Jasim, we can't give out the secrets, my brother. No secrets. Gotta keep that to ourselves so the magic still happens for others.
Right.
Then we get into this tournament. So these were the brackets that were given out by AEW. Winner will go to Dynasty to face Kenny Omega. Apparently there's a 4-way next week. Maybe you should have put that on the graphic, guys. Just saying. So we get Orange Cassidy, Hechicero tonight, and we're also getting the wild card match and Beast Mortos taking on whoever this wild card is. Well, you know who's up next, don't you? Beast Mortos and the wild card. The wild card was certainly interesting, and it turns out to be the latest signing to AEW. My guy, Speedball Mike Bailey. I'm a big fan of Speedball. I think he had a lot of underrated matches in TNA. If you're not familiar with his work, that's why I thought him and Mortos would work together great. I think he was freed of his contract before the next person who I believe may come in from TNA, Josh Alexander, calling it now.
Yeah.
But I thought Speedball Mike Bailey had a tremendous match. I don't even have to go through all of this, but I love that Speedball's unique offense he has in this. The knees to the chest, Derek.
Oh, yeah.
The speed kicks. And listen, Mortos is an unsung, just like Drag Listico. These guys are unsung heroes for AEW, and I think they deserve a little bit more here sometimes.
I agree.
Because, dude, Mortos is a professional, wrestled this guy like $1 million. And dude, Speedball gets the win with this spinning kick, bro. I told Derek, man, I was like, give this man the Steve Blackman theme as soon as he hit that. And I ain't talking about that other one that Derek always sings. No, not the one with the glow sticks. I'm talking the original. that pump kick was deadly. Really good, man.
Oh, I'm gonna have to find that one now. I don't remember what that one sounded like.
Right? Yo, my guy Jasim said he did his homework on pro wrestling. I appreciate that, my brother. Matt Lopez says Speedball. Imagine a Speedball versus Omega would be nuts. That could happen too.
That could.
All these free agents running from the grinder. Yo, chill, bruv. But Speedball got the win, Derek. I don't know. Would you say you're impressed? Looking forward to it?
I'm looking forward to seeing
Derek's Mr. I don't want to give TNA a chance.
Yeah, no. TNA becomes Ant to me. A-N-T. But I will say for Speedball, keep doing your thing. I definitely feel like this is a style that the majority of people will appreciate, and this style, like you said, suits him.
Yeah.
Although I definitely get worried about him not having any boots.
Oh yeah. He was landing hard on them feet, but he's always wrestled like that. I know he does kickboxing and a bunch of other stuff.
I couldn't, bro. Like that hurts my knees just looking at it.
Matt says Beast Mortal should get an ROH title run. That'd be a killer champion. They could definitely. WrestleMania 2000. Gotta chill, E. Gotta chill, bro. Next, we're backstage with the Patriarchy, Derek. Your second favorite wrestler, Christian Cage. Patriarchy, he yells at Renee and basically says, beat it. You're related to John Moxley. I don't want you around right now. He said that he deserves his contract back because when he cashed in, he said he wanted a one-on-one match with Copeland, who wasn't the champion, Cope. And he was like, I asked for a one-on-one match and they didn't give it to me. I want my contract back. And then Nick Wayne's like, you're just making excuses.
Right.
And then it got real Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert De Niro, if you know the movie. Just show Derek that was what I said was not funny.
Right.
And
get a little snippy.
Yeah, Christian got in his face too. And then when his mom tried to stand up for him, he was like, you can go back to working at Waffle House. I was like, oh shoot. It got a little real here. So a little father-son animosity. Who's the head of the household? I don't know, man. I feel like Christian might be breaking out that belt soon. Have to let you know.
You give him a lip, boy. I take the belt off and lay the smackdown on you.
You might as well hit the last part of it now.
Sweet Valencia orange. Put them in the bag, beat them with a bruise. Won't leave a bruise. Let them know who's boss.
Terrible. It's a Family Guy reference for those who don't know. But Christian and Nick Wayne, I'm with it.
That would be fire, bro.
Goes back to what I said about that main event.
That would be.
That's why you had to get the contract off Christian so you could get back to the original story of what you needed.
Yes.
You know what we want. Yo, listen. Walk with me for a second down the tag division.
Come and take a walk with me.
That's Button. So Joe Button, or excuse me, for others who don't know, Joe Buttons. People add an S on it
for no reason.
So I laughed when Phil from Grab City said that. I was crying, bro. I was in tears. He was like, like when people add R's in Chicago, I'm like, Chicago. What are you talking about?
I'm not even from, bro. My mom used to say it like that.
Yeah, I'm like, there's no R though. Where did this come from?
I don't know.
So we go to All In, bro. what if you had like a ladder match with, let's just say FTR, the Young Bucks, maybe the Hurt Syndicate, Edge and Christian reunited, or Cope and Christian Coalition. Ooh, that rhymes. And you put them together in like some type of ladder match for the tag titles, man. Yo, you could do something like that.
Reminiscent of a very special match.
Yeah.
Back in the day where you had,
yo, my man Craig came in here out of nowhere and said beat him like Austin did Taz. That was foul, bro.
Yeah,
that's foul. Nick Wayne gonna get a whooping. Yo, extension cord. I'm calling CPS, dog. If I see that, that's crazy. Hey yo, hey yo.
Call up the Waffle House to finish that chat.
The Waffle House beatdowns be real. She might help him.
Yeah,
she might help him.
She might
help your boy. What's Kip gonna do?
Get hit.
Get beat too.
Get beat too.
Don't hate on Kip there.
I can't stand Kip. He's like the everyday man / dad who tries to fit in with their kids.
I love it.
I don't.
He's doing good.
I hate it.
He's trying to fit in with his dad though. MJF, man. We see footage of him after he loses his match at Revolution. What a beef this guy is. He breaks a mirror, punches his hand gets all messed up, and he yells for people to get out, and he was showing that he cared what the fans thought about him. He's like, what an idiot, what a loser,
Yeah.
Doubting himself, and he called himself a fraud. This leads to MJF coming out, and I thought this was one of the more interesting segments of the night.
Yeah.
So he shows the hurt on his hands, and he says that he's not done with Hangman Page just yet. Whose music hits? We hurt people.
We hurt people.
Yo, MVP comes out, and he tells a story about how he met a young 18-year-old MJF who wanted to pick his brain about the wrestling business and ask him some questions. And he brought it up, and he said, yeah, but what happened to you, Max?
Not the same.
They don't respect you anymore.
Not at all.
And he said, MJF says, I was champ for 406 days. And he was like, the key word was. Yo, MVP delivered. MVP, if we got to like talk where managers rank, hashtag where's Stokely. We got MVP right here. Like if Heyman's won, MVP's like right here with him.
Yes.
And I put Don Callis up there too right now, like with what he's doing. But yo, MVP is crushing it, dude. Hats off to him. Bump this dude's pay up is what I'm saying right now.
Bump it up.
They get into it and he offers him a car, but MJF first turns it down.
Yes.
But he's like, listen, they don't respect you anymore. They're stepping up to you. He was like, you know who steps up to us? No one.
Right.
Pulls out the card again, and he turns into Willy Wonka when it's time. He's like, this is a golden opportunity, my brother. This is your ticket. And he takes the card. Does MJF join? There's a lot of initials here. It's alphabet soup. Join MVP in the Hurt Syndicate. There is potential here, man.
There definitely is potential, but I also feel like this would be like a like an extension of the Hurt business. Like we have the original core. Now we have our extra employees that we want to add to the team. So like that's how I see it.
Yeah, I like it. He could be kind of the de facto leader if you're going to keep Lashley and Shelton as a tag team. I mean, it works.
It does.
And then you could bring in Cedric still if he wants to.
Right.
I mean, there's room here for this.
There is.
MJF is Owen Hart in the Nation of Domination. You got to chill, boys. You guys got to chill. You got to chill. I'm interested to see where that goes. More on MJF later still. We get highlights, or excuse me, no, not highlights. We get Max Caster Open Challenge. Yo, I'm going to say this, bro. We haven't said this in a long time on a Dynamite review.
Right.
Max Caster comes out, Open Challenge. Konosuke Takeshita answers it. He was like, you want to go against the best rapper alive? This man, Konosuke Takeshita, knocked MJF's or not MJF's, or I should say MJF's boy Max Caster.
Yeah.
Dick in the dirt, bro. Haven't said that in a long time. Bro, down he went. He picked him up, hit him with the Falcon Arrow. Takeshita is still boss, bro. He is not playing around.
Right.
Big dubs all the way around.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. Big win for him. I really like it. And Max, where are we going with this? Max Caster getting beat up, bro. Me and Derek were talking about it. We think it's punishment.
I definitely feel like it's punishment.
We got to have Bowens answer one of these eventually. They have a big blow off match or something, or maybe that's where Max gets his win.
Something. It's got to be something. But you have a whole investment in this storyline, and you have the right pieces in place. But you just have to execute. Forget all the side stuff.
That was really good. I like that.
Forget all the side missions, whatever you want to do. This is the core focus right here.
But it's smart to leave it though, so he's putting people over in dominant fashion as well, and calling himself the best. Maybe I also thought maybe this could lead to the Acclaim reuniting. Like, I'm not getting any matches. You're not winning any matches. Let's get back together and reform our team. It's like giving you a break from them, but you didn't need to give them a break.
Right. Yeah.
From there, we go with Jericho beating up your boy Gravity. Had the mask. By the way, that mask held nice form.
It did. It really did. The fact that there were no dents in that.
Dude, I thought like some mannequin head was in there or something. Nope. Jericho was just holding it perfectly. Crumples it up. This is leading to Jericho versus Bandito. We need a Super Card of Honor card, man.
Yes.
That's how I feel, man. Yo, Jassim. Yeah, that was a good match. Craig says Max Caster stock fell real quick. Might need to go to ROH. Maybe. Soon enough, Bowens needs to return. I love the seriousness of Chris Jericho. Yeah, it was much better, and he was solo dolo.
Right.
So I think we're going to see Bandito and Jericho lock it up, possibly a Super Card of Honor if there is a card. Matt, let me know, bro. I was asking that today. Like, is there a Super Card of Honor announced? Is there a location yet? A date? Willow Nightingale. Penelope Ford was up next, Eric. This was a really good match. Solid work here. Penelope has done pretty good since coming back. I like this spot for her. And once again, she gets hit with the pounce. And Willow gets the win. Afterwards, she gets a chair shot. It was like a awful HH, we'll just say chair shot. Like, what are we doing, bro? And afterwards, she starts beating her down. Chris Statlander runs out to make the save. Her and Willow kind of have this animosity still over the whole turn. Right. I like that she's just not accepting her being her friend, even though you're making the save.
Right, yeah.
And they follow up with that with Megan Bain back out, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Hits another, I forgot, what was it? The Fallen Descent? I think something like that was the name of the move. But the F5. She basically hits the F5, and it was game over. Jericho was on TV for like a minute tonight.
Yeah,
we were all right with that, Craig. Come on now. There was rumors no super card during Mania week, which sucks if true. They probably don't want to chase either though and follow them.
No.
Tony's going to give you the card Dynamite before like 8 more matches on social media. Yeah. So Megan Bain's still in this story too.
Yeah. She's doing her thing. But we definitely need answers as to what's happening.
If they do this, man, I think you got to give Penelope Ford and Megan Bain the win here if they're going to have a tag match against them.
I agree with that.
One of those strange bedfellows match. Like, yeah. And you could have it where Willow and Statlander need to have another match at like Double or Nothing. Or,
right.
Or a story in the Owen tournament.
Yeah. Because they were, they really didn't finish their feud.
Not really.
Yeah, so this could polish that up and finish it out the right way.
Yeah. I don't know if Tama ever wrestled in AEW, Jassim. He said he wanted to see Tama Tonga over there, but yeah, I don't know if they ever got to We get Mercedes Moné backstage with Renee. Quick segment here. Renee is interviewing Mercedes, and she requested Billy Starks be here. No physicality, of course.
Nope.
And Billy makes a challenge for the TBS title, and Mercedes accepts. Yo, she was sporting a nasty bruise on her face, bro, from that kick from Momo, man. That was, and I hope Momo's doing all right. I heard she, like, rolled her ankle really bad on one of the moves in the match. But really good match. Go back and check that one out, too. After that, Derek, we get your boy, your man,
rough
Billy Goat, Will Ospreay. He is out here, and he basically gets into this whole story about the missus getting mad at him because he said he wasn't going to jump off the cage, but he did. Said something about doing some freaky stuff in their own way across the pond there. Talk about seating. I don't know. It was getting weird out here in these streets. I was like, hey, yo, what's going on here, Will? I'm just here to watch wrestling, bro. What's going on? But he showed his charm here. He cut a good promo. Yes. This is the whole, like, he doesn't cut promos. He doesn't do this and that. He looked pretty comfortable on the microphone to me.
He definitely did.
He also then put his claim out there. He's been talking about wanting to be the world champion. He said, well, how do I get to be the world champ? So Swerve's next up in line for number one contender. And then he looks at the All-In banner. He didn't point to it. He said, you know what? I'm going to be the first person to enter my name into the Owen Hart Cup. And I was like, oh, shoot, I like this. So he was like, I'm going to get that world title shot at All-In, and I'm going to win the championship. Okay.
Take it for what it's worth.
Stupendous.
Yes.
So can Will Ospreay be the guy to get the job done? I'm looking forward to it. So we got a little bit of a story beginning here with him. He's got his pathway to the championship, and that's where we're going. I don't know if you want to add anything to that.
No. That's clear cut.
Switchblade Jay White is up next with Renee, and he references what he said, and he said the Tony Khan look. He comes out and he basically says, hey, we haven't had a chance to face each other yet, but maybe we'll change that soon.
Right.
And then he says, oh, you're asking me if I hit Cope on purpose with the briefcase. He's like, no, my goal was to take out the Death Riders. And he says that he is the rightful number one contender to that world championship. Right. I think he needs to take out Yuta. Yuta's been messing him up. That little Captain Planet interfering son of a gun. You got to get him, Jay White. Got to get him. And
you gotta walk him down, man.
Yeah, or at least stick the gun club on them.
Something. You gotta do something.
Claudio and Yuta, man. Got to get them in something here. So after that, we cut backstage. Hangman Page is walking around, and him and MJF run into each other. Interesting exchange of words over, you're the guy who never makes it to the mountaintop. I'm going to be the champ. So he's like, oh, do I have to finish kicking your ass like I did at the pay-per-view? And there was just a war of words between them, and it looks like it's not done yet.
No. This has to go on just for
one more show, you think?
Yeah.
Till Dynasty?
One more.
But where do they go from here? Like, it's very interesting because I think they're in the world title mix too. They're both keep bringing up the world title.
Right.
So, and I like that because that's what everyone's gunning for. And that's where the beef starts, and that's what's happening. But we all know who's next up in line for the title shot. It is Swerve Strickland, who is going to challenge for the AEW world title at AEW Dynasty. He will face the winner of next week's world title match between Moxley and Cope. I keep saying that P like that on purpose. Cope. And then we get back to this tournament. That was what the final was going to be here for tonight. We have Orange Cassidy and Hechicero in the main event. Shout out to my guy Juke. He said, EPW, love you long time. I hope you had a good trip home, brother. Hope things are good, Juke. Ospreay, White, Hangman, MJF. This could be an epic Owen Cup if TK plays his cards right. I like it. Also next week, Monet and Billy Starks for the TBS titles. So it's shaping up to be a pretty good one for us.
It really is. The attention to detail right now with the matches is being displayed today.
Well said, sir. Well said. Main event time. Orange Cassidy, Hechicero. Let me tell you this. Hechicero's super dope. He's my favorite CMLL wrestler, probably, for people who come over.
Oh, yeah.
Absolute favorite. Orange, one of the best international champions that they've had. Orange Cassidy starts with his pockets trickery. I don't know what he was doing. He was trying to mess around. Hechicero wasn't going for that. He was hitting arm bars, and then he started messing up that knee real bad on the ropes. He's like, I'm tired of you. You play around too much. I'm going to beat you up.
Classic Ricky style. And we're not talking about
Stelios.
Stelio Contos.
Yo, Hechicero gets the unique offense in, works Orange's legs. He eventually goes for a kip up Orange after he lands a move, but he can't do it because his leg is messed up. Then Hechicero just went to his left arm. He was like, yeah, I'll break this down next. Right. He switches up, but the issue was he stopped focusing on the leg. Yes. This is match storytelling. Yes. Take notes if you don't like this. He switches it, flips it around, and gets rolled up into a crucifix. Orange Cassidy, big W's on the night. He gets the win, keeps it moving, and moves on to round 2. So right now, looking at the tournament bracket, Orange Cassidy wins. The wild card, which was Speedball Mike Bailey, their newest signing, has won. Now, Collision, we got some matches coming up that we're going to talk about right now. You have Katsuyori Shibata and Ricochet. Ooh. So who joins that fatal 4-way next week as well? I think it's next week. If I'm wrong, someone correct me in the chat. And we also will have Mark Davis taking on Mark Briscoe. Another interesting matchup. I will take, this is going to sound crazy, I'm going to take Mark Briscoe and Ricochet.
I agree with that.
So what would that be? Speedball, Orange Cassidy, Mark Briscoe, and Ricochet in a 4-way?
Ooh.
Tight.
Ooh.
And Collision's got more than that to offer. We also have a banger tag team match. As I've told you, go see Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong, the better tag team. That's all I'm going to say. Taking on FTR, give these guys some time. Yo, it's going to be fantastic. Fantastic night, fantastic show.
Well, I mean, does it necessarily have to be food that's passed on to them?
That is true. Juke, man, condolences for your grandmother. Also, you guys can give condolences to brother Derek as well. Lost a family member. I'll let Derek decide if he wants to tell y'all that.
My dad passed away a while back, and just hitting the door right now. So yeah. Other than that,
we send our love and sympathies to you guys, man. I know people are going through it, so it's always love over here from all of us, man. Appreciate you. Yes, appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate the chat telling them that too. E says you don't tell stories and matches, you need 29-minute opening promos. Speedball added to the AEW roster page, but also the Outrunner, so it looks like they signed with AEW as well. Good.
Nice.
Good for them, because they were in OVW for a while there.
Oh yeah.
But that's the lineup for everything, man. That's what we got going on in AEW. I think AEW's on the point. If they can get their world title stuff back and where people believe in that, I think we're on the trajectory of getting that stock back up.
Yeah. Right now, we're kind of like,
they were feeling the wrath of that Punk leaving from 2023 into like what was going on after that. And look, we're back up now, I think.
Yeah, now I think they're starting to build that walkway along the mountain.
I like that. Good reference. But make sure you guys are in the house for Collision, man. Yes, and Juke sending you some love back, D. Tony out here poaching from Al Snow. I mean, I'm sure Al will be happy that his guys are moving on to the big leagues. He did his job,
Right.
At least I hope that's how it goes. Don't forget, Triller TV's got you covered this weekend. You got TNA Sacrifice. You also have a night 1 and night 2 of Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling Mayhem. Main event looks like it's going to be headlined by Tom Latimer, the NWA champion, taking on Bishop Dyer, the former Baron Corbin. So make sure you guys check it out. I'm also looking forward to that Kiyomiya versus Sheldon Jean. That looks good. Mike Bennett, Alex Zane. You got Lainey Luck versus Giselle Shaw. You got Kylie Ray in action. You got a lot of good matches on this. So make sure you guys tune in. They got a pre-show as well for you down at the bottom there. Check out Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, man. I'll let you guys know. I'll probably retweet when night 2 gets put up. Thank you guys so much. Great Dynamite this week. Monet at House of Glory Saturday too. Lots of wrestling, man. So find something you like. No complaining. Join the Discord. E just put in. If you guys are Discord fans, hop on in, man. We need more people who like to talk wrestling in there. It's a small group, but we have fun in there. We talk. We got video game sections, food sections, movies, entertainment, whatever you guys want to talk about. Join the Discord, man. It's just for the EPW fam. With that being said, we're gonna get out of here a little early tonight, so you guys can too. For myself and the man we call Derek, we are out for this episode of AEW. Be back next week when we are live, and catch me on Monday with Sean Hubbard of Hubbard Wrestling Weekly for Clash of the Podcast. We will catch you guys all on the next one. We are out. One.